Hello and welcome to the inaugural Fall Sports Media Day. The football coaches have had multiple opportunities to talk about their programs, so we thought it was only fair to give the coaches of volleyball, men's soccer, and women's tennis the chance to talk about their upcoming seasons and garner some well-deserved publicity for their sports as well. First, I know that you're all still on summer vacation, so thank you for taking time out from that to be with us today. All right, let's get started. We're going to do this alphabetically. So, East Columbus, you're up first. Coach Tara Williamson, first coach, thank you for being with us this afternoon.
Thank you.
And tell us a little bit about your coaching experience.
I'm in my third season at East Columbus High School with the girls, and I have enjoyed it for the last 3 seasons. Looking forward to a new season and growing with the girls.
A little bit about the team, maybe some of the personnel that you lost from last season, and then who you've got returning this year that you're counting on.
We lost a couple of key players. That would be Miracle Jenkins and Heather King, but we have some outstanding players that have come back. I actually have 6 returning seniors. They're seniors this year. So we're looking forward to growth and improvement, and our practices have gone well so far.
Okay, good. And with you is Hillary Jacobs. Hillary, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
How long have you been playing tennis?
I've been playing tennis for 4 years. I started my freshman year in high school, and I'm a senior this year, so I've been playing for 4 years.
What got you interested in playing tennis since, or is it just because high school was really the first opportunity?
Yeah, so we didn't have tennis in middle school. I don't think any of the Columbus County schools do, but there were a lot of girls that, seniors my freshman year, that encouraged me to play tennis. They said it's a really fun sport, you meet a lot of new people while you're playing, so they encouraged me to start playing tennis.
And what do you enjoy most about playing tennis?
What I enjoy most is probably the teamwork that we have. We have a team bond that's probably the most unbreakable. I really enjoy playing with the girls that I play with, and also it's a stress relief. So you're in class all day, and you're taking classes, and you go out there and start hitting and do some things right, and it's just a stress relief to get all that off your back.
You prefer singles or doubles?
Singles.
Singles?
Yes.
Okay. And tennis is somewhat unique in the fact that as an individual, you can be very successful, and yet the team can struggle. Is that something that you've ever considered, or sometimes, you've got a really good match, but the team loses yourself, but the team loses overall? How do you handle that?
Oh, yeah, so whenever we're playing, we kind of have to play for ourselves, but too, we build each other up a lot, so we know, we can cheer each other on while we're waiting to play our matches. So I feel like it's individual and it's a team sport because we can encourage our team members, and they encourage us too. So. Okay,
great. Lots of seniors, Coach Williamson, so I would expect one of your strengths to be experience.
Absolutely. A few of the seniors have played at least 2 to 3 years. Hillary is one that has played. This is her 4th season playing, so she's definitely working hard with the team as captain and showing skills and doing just what she needs to do. I'm proud of her.
Okay. What are your goals? Have you talked about goals for the team, or do you have some that you haven't shared with them yet?
Probably have a few that I've not shared just yet. We like to keep a few secrets, but we have spoken about the camaraderie that we have. We do enjoy being out there together, and I think that means a lot as far as a coach and the team itself. I do feel like a strength that we have is the bond she just, Hillary mentioned. They do work well together, and even though we have so many seniors, they're not against at all working with the freshmen that are on the team, and I love that part of it.
And how do you see the Three Rivers Conference stacking up in 2016 in girls tennis?
Wow. I hope we're up there in the 1st or 2nd place. Not sure, but we could work hard and get there.
And it is a little different with the 1A, 2A split conference, where it's not necessarily first place and everything else below there. There are seeds for 1A and 2A to be number 1 seeds, aren't there?
That's right.
Yeah.
And so it makes a difference.
Okay, let's move to your left to Coach Brett Burrows, South Columbus High School. Coach Burrows, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
You're not talking as loud as you did during the test.
No, I calmed it down a little bit. Didn't want to break his ears back there.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your tennis coaching experience.
Okay, I've been coaching at South Columbus girls tennis for, I think this is my 12th year. I did football the other 8, so I moved from football into tennis. And I just really enjoy coaching the girls. Great camaraderie, love going out to practice. Love how hard the girls work, and just love the atmosphere and family atmosphere of coaching tennis.
And I don't know if it's official or not, but I know that you get some pretty good help from some other adults in the community, right?
Yeah, Sterling Coots helps me coach. He's a great assistant coach. He's been helping me now for about 6 years, and he takes his own private time, to be out there at 7 o'clock in the morning to help us with practice. And when you have 15, 16 girls, you really need more than one coach so you can get many reps in. And I don't know how any coach coaches tennis without any kind of help, because it's an individual sport, and building up individual talent.
Who is not coming back off of last year's team, and who are you looking forward to having back this year?
Okay, our only senior that was with us last year was Hannah Thompson, and we have one young lady that played number 5 for me. She decided not to play this year, and we have some cheerleaders that are in the decision-making process of deciding whether they're going to play tennis and cheer. We know that one, Elizabeth Kuntz, is going to cheer and play tennis, and Ireland Lewis is still in that decision process. And Mary Grayson Kuntz, she'll be back with us. And we also have Madison Holt, which played number 3 for us. And we've actually, got some pretty good girls that have worked hard over the summer to come back, and looks like they're going to fill our 4, 5, and 6 positions pretty good. So I'm hoping that we're going to be competitive 1 through 6.
Okay, and you've got Mary Grayson Kuntz with you, and I'm going to answer the first question for her. How long has she been playing this sport? I would think since birth.
Yeah, just about. My dad probably got me out there as soon as I could walk. But I think I was about 8 years old, but I didn't start playing a lot until I got into high school and started to really do it a lot.
Would you say that your father is responsible for your interest in tennis, or was there some other reason, maybe just the social aspect of it, that got you out there?
Well, yeah, I definitely enjoy meeting people playing tennis and all of my teammates that I get to meet. But I think my dad was the reason that I started playing. He got me out on the court, and also my sister Jacqueline Kuntz, she played at South Columbus also, so I think being at the tennis matches, watching her, and being able to play with her, I think that pushed me to be better and made me love the sport.
So somewhat of a family tradition, right?
Yes, sir.
The actual playing of the sport itself, what do you enjoy most?
I really like the competitiveness of it. It makes me push myself, definitely. And I have to depend, in tennis, you're individual, so you have to depend on yourself. And I think that makes me push myself even more. And I really like getting close to my teammates. Even though it's individual, it's also a team sport. So I think we really build our relationships with everybody, and being a team sport too, that helps me to push myself so I can be good for them.
Prefer singles or doubles?
Singles.
Okay. Coach Burrows, you talked about a number of people returning. I guess that would be one of the team strengths, the fact that you do have several people returning.
Yeah, we do. We like I said, we lost one last year to graduation, and then one by not wanting to play. We're still young. We only, out of 16, I think we have 16 girls out. We still only have 2 seniors, so we're still relatively young. And like I said, we start practice at 7 in the morning, and all of them are there, bright-eyed, ready to play, and we go hard for 2 hours. And They're really interested in getting better. We do an hour of agility and running, and then we do basically an hour of drills, and and we're done. But we're from the time we've started till now, we have improved dramatically with all our players.
What are some of the team goals this season?
Well, I'm sure it's a goal for everybody in here to win a conference championship. That's first and foremost. And then making a playoff spot. Like you said a while ago, we get 1A and 2A playoff spots. And we made it last year, and we're hoping to make it there again. And then do good in the regionals. We hope to one day make it to Cary for the state championships, and go as far as we possibly can, but have really good attitudes as we do it.
How do you see the conference stacking up this season?
Well, I think it's going to be a very competitive conference. I think that especially the county teams. Any place you go in the county, it's going to be a tough match. I think we're maybe a little bit above Robinson County right now. Of course, Whiteville is probably in the position to win the conference again. I'm thinking that's always going to be probably the toughest match. And then East Columbus, every time you go down to their place, you never know what you're going to come out with there. And then West Columbus, we've always had really good matches with them. So there's no match that you're going to win or you're going to lose once you go to somebody's place or they come to you.
Okay, and that's what makes it fun, doesn't it?
That's exactly right.
There you go. All right, moving on down the line now to our first-year coach, Coach Shelley Britt at West Columbus, who does come into our interview with a little bit of a deficit because she's not able to tell us a whole lot necessarily about what's happened previously there. But Coach Britt, just your general thoughts on getting the opportunity to coach tennis this year.
Well, first I'd like to say I have been playing, this is my first year coaching, but I have been playing tennis since we played with wooden rackets that we kept in those braces to keep them from warping. So I've got really over 30 years experience of being involved in playing in tennis. My daughter actually played in high school and won the regular season in doubles and went on to make school history by winning regionals in doubles and going on to state. Also, I have a wonderful assistant coach, Josh Redwine, who's been playing and involved with West Columbus tennis for 7 years.
Very good. What can you tell me about players that you have returning and losses? I know Logan Elkins was a standout for West Columbus, but
Yes.
she's gone. So who are some of the people that you're expecting to step up?
Well, it's kind of hard to say at this point. We do have 6 returning players, but none of them are seniors, and we have 4 new players. So at this point, we're still a fairly young team in the building process, so it's hard to say who we can depend on to play those key roles right now at this time.
And with you is Leah Redwine, and Leah, obviously you bring her with her, means you have some confidence in her, and they're expecting her to help lead the team this year. Leah, how long have you been playing tennis?
Well, this is my first year playing on a team, but I've been playing for about 4 years with my brothers. So.
And was it your brothers that got you interested, and what made you decide that you were going to give the school team a try this time?
Well, I've been watching my brothers play for 7 years, and I just like the way the sport goes and the competitiveness in it.
And the next question was going to see, what do you enjoy most about it? And so, as you said, the competitiveness, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know yet whether you prefer singles or doubles?
I like playing doubles, so you can work together with your other person.
Okay. If I asked my daughter that played tennis, that would be her answer. There was something about having that other person out there that you could lean on a little bit that helps out. That's kind of the way you look at it? Mm-hmm. Okay. And, well, this isn't really a fair question because it would be your first year. But, have you thought about the fact that in tennis, you can go out there and have a great match yourself and win, yet the team is not successful, and kind of that dynamic and how you handle that?
Well, I haven't started playing with the team yet, but I like being on my own, but I think we'll work together with cheering each other on.
Okay. Coach Britt, what do you see as team strengths this year possibly? And I know it's still early, like we said, it's early in the season.
Right now at this point, I think our number one strength would be the team's dedication. We do, as Coach Burrow said, we're out there at 7 o'clock in the morning. The girls are all showing up on time and ready to get to work as soon as they arrive. So their commitment and dedication so far has been very impressive.
And have you discussed any goals for the season?
Our goals are primarily this year to grow as a team as well as a coach, have fun, and win as much as possible.
Okay. All that sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go down here to the table on the far right. Coach Serena Smith with us. Coach Smith, thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
And a little bit about your tennis coaching experience.
This is my 5th season as head coach of the tennis team. We have had great success, and I've just enjoyed the girls, great group of girls to work with. Totally different group of girls than the basketball girls I coach, but yet still a great group. And just looking forward to having a great season.
And I don't know that there's anyone officially has the title of assistant, but I think you have at least one adult that does help out some with the tennis program.
Yes, and she is officially the assistant. Becky High, she helps out a lot, and I came into coaching tennis pretty much green, not knowing a whole lot, and she has just been awesome in helping me learn the game over the past couple years and becoming a better coach.
I believe if what I have looked at recently is accurate, you return a lot of players from last year's squad.
Yes, we actually return all of our players except one. We lost our number 2 player, Sarah Grace Snipes, but we have everybody else returning.
And one of those returning players sitting to your right is Chase Barnhill. Chase, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
And when did you start playing tennis?
I started playing tennis my 8th grade year, so for about 5 years now.
Okay. Why did you choose to pick up tennis at that point?
Well, when I was in middle school, I was playing a lot of sports, and nothing was ever really clicking with me like this is my sport. And then my grandpa was like, Chase, try tennis out, because he had always played tennis his whole life. And he said, try it out. I think you'll love it. And he was absolutely right. I just fell in love with the sport.
And as far as playing the game itself, what do you enjoy most about it? A good serve, a nice return, a good drop shot. What part of it?
I love the whole thing. I can't pick one thing, but I really love how competitive it is, and I love all the hard work that it takes into playing tennis, because I don't think most people realize it's a really hard sport to learn, and it just takes a lot of hard work, and I love how competitive everything is. So.
I know that I believe you advanced to state play in doubles last year.
2 years straight.
And so do you prefer doubles or do you prefer singles?
I prefer doubles. I love doubles.
You'll be picking up a new partner this year, though, right?
I will.
Okay. And we'll have to see how that goes. Okay. Coach Smith, obviously experience is one of the team's strengths.
Yes, definitely. Very experienced team.
And imagine during practices there are probably some pretty spirited matches that take place between your teammates, aren't there?
Definitely. We've been challenging all week, and, it's kind of hard to, challenge your teammates when you're such good friends, and you just don't want to lose that team chemistry because someone may beat you out of a seed that you feel like you deserve. But it gets tough, but I think this is a great group of girls, and through it all, they're going to remain friends in their love for tennis. They'll do what's best for the team.
Does that make it easier for you as a coach, the fact that the individuals can challenge each other and that determines who's going to play at what level? It kind of takes it out of your hands somewhat.
Oh, of course, when I compare it to basketball, I don't have to
choose
who's going to be the
time,
starting
right?
five. Yeah, they're going to decide that, and their hard work will determine, who's going to play at what level.
Okay. And team goals for this season? Pretty high, I would imagine.
Yeah, definitely. We've had great seasons the past couple of seasons, so of course we want to be that five-peat conference champion. That's our first goal. And we want to have as many players return to regionals and back to the state championship as we've had the past couple of years. And we just want to have a good time and enjoy playing tennis and enjoy each other.
Okay. I'm going to start with you, work my way back on this one. Where do you see women's tennis ranking at Whiteville High School overall? I mean, how much interest is there in it, and how much do people know about it? I mean, do they recognize the fact that the program for a number of years has been very successful?
I think in Whiteville that it's definitely recognized to be a successful program, and I think it's more recognized now because of the success that we have had the past couple years, as well as just the history of tennis at Whiteville. You know, traditionally it's always been known to be a good tennis team, especially with the girls, and I think just the success we've had the past 3 or 4 years have made that, you know, even stronger in our community. We have lots of people come out and support our tennis matches. We actually put up a big match today sign when we're playing at home, and it lets people know that may just be riding by that, you know, we are playing at home. If they're not busy, come out and support the girls. And we just have great support here in Whiteville, I think, for all of our sports.
Chase, your thoughts on that as far as just other students in school recognizing the fact that you're on the tennis team and the tennis team is doing well?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, this past year with the men's tennis team, our Whiteville team, they had a team this year, and they asked me to help them out, and they said, because we heard about the success that your team had, so can you help us out? And they've actually started coming to support us. They're going to try to come out more this year, and more students, more classmates. So.
Okay. Coach Britt, interest level, recognition level of tennis at West Columbus?
Well, I think Coach Edwards has done a fantastic job over the past several years growing the interest in the West Columbus tennis program. And so at this time I hope to continue that growth and hopefully increase that level.
Leah, thoughts on that?
I think that the tennis is starting to grow more. When I used to go out there and watch my brothers, I'd sometimes go to the girls' matches, and there wouldn't be as much. But over the past few years, it's grown a lot.
And the fact that it is a lifetime sport is something that I know a lot of the coaches use that as a promotional tool to get people out, and you can play it virtually forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Coach Burrows, tennis at South Columbus.
You know, tennis at South Columbus is up in numbers this year. Like I said, we got about 15 or 16 girls. I think that it's grown because of the promotion of it. You know, back during the girls' season last year, we would put, you know, accomplishments up on our marquee sign. We would be able to wear our tennis shirts to school, you know, and just make announcements over intercom about, you know, upcoming games and, you know, who's winning and so on and so forth. And there is an interest in it. Now, we're behind volleyball a little bit because volleyball at South Columbus is the premier sport for the girls. And we're fighting to get there, but I think we're doing a great job, and I have a lot of interest. And you know, it's more hard work than what a lot of people think. They think that, you know, just coming out for the tennis team, hey, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna play tennis. And I think a lot of them realize that you work hard for 2 hours, and this is something that you've really got to, you know, put in some time and sweat. And you know, that's what makes it special for us, that we're not just, hey, a fill-in sport. We're out here, we're working hard, and we're earning everything we get. And that's why I think tennis has grown, you know, all across the county.
Mary Grayson, you probably would be playing whether anybody else at South Columbus cared or not, because it's a family tradition with your older sister, your younger sister on the team too. Mm-hmm. But do other students in school recognize the accomplishments of the tennis team?
I think it has been more so lately, these past couple of years, because we've had a little bit more accomplishments, and so I think that's brought more attention to South Columbus girls tennis. And also, these past couple of years, we've had more numbers in our team than, like, I think ever. So a lot of more people are coming out, which, like, makes them tell their friends. And so, like, it just kind of comes back around. And so we end up getting more support and more people knowing about it.
Okay. Coach Williamson, I'm going to give you credit, because it does seem like during your tenure at East Columbus. And we all know it's part coaching, it's part the Jimmies and the Joes, or to use that phrase, that you have. You can have great coaching, and if you don't have anybody with any talent, it's not going to make any difference. Absolutely. And you can have good players and no one to coach them up some, and you're still going to be somewhat average. But it seems like in the last, 3 to 4 years, the graduating class that you just had and this class, that there has been a consistency in the East Columbus girls tennis program.
Absolutely. And I see it going places, not because of me, but because of the interest that has been brought forth. And I think a lot of that has to do with, we're a small school, so we have to share athletes, and that gets tough sometimes. Hillary can tell you. She is also a cheerleader, but we have to come together and build up the entire sports program, not just one over the other. But I am very pleased with the way the tennis program has gone. I totally agree with Coach Burrows about putting in the dedication and the time. It's tough being a teacher and coaching at the same time, but I love what I do, and I wouldn't trade it right now for anything. Would I do this another 20 years? I don't know. But I don't see myself going anywhere right now or in the near future, and I just look forward to putting tennis out there even more than we already have. And we have been successful, and the boys team actually, we did have a doubles team make it to state, and I couldn't be more proud of East Columbus athletics.
You see, one of your biggest challenges is recruiting players.
It can be challenging, especially because we share so many athletes. So that can be a challenge, but I think if you show them that you're interested as a coach, I think that goes a long way. You have to show them that you have their interest in mind, and you can take it to a new level.
Hillary, do you take a sense of pride, a sense of accomplishment, knowing that the level of girls tennis at East Columbus has risen during your time there?
Definitely. Like she said, I cheer too, so I had a lot of cheerleaders actually said that they were interested in playing tennis. So I guess it starts with the interest. So once they get out there and they realize this is actually fun, they can start working to be better at tennis, and that's where I think we grow our program. My little sister's actually playing this year because she's a freshman, so she was like, hey, this will be fun for me to get out there and learn how to play. And she's doing pretty well. She's taking it up pretty good. So I'm proud of the growth while I've been there in the tennis team.
Okay. Anyone have anything else that they'd like to add that I may have skipped over that you feel is important? Matches, I think, 4 o'clock, right? And you can find all the schedules on the ColumbusCup.net website. So encourage folks that are viewing this to get out and check out the matches and see some good tennis being played here in Columbus County. But anything anybody would like to add before we sign off? Enjoyed having everyone today. Thought it's gone very well, and you are the guinea pigs, I guess, for lack of a better term, for us doing this with some of the future sports as well. And great job by everybody. Thank you very much, and that concludes our 2016 Fall Sports Media Day.